What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Punch Club. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while, and apparently we're up against Kind next. We're almost done with the game. We're getting there. We're on the back end of the experience, and so I think we should be able to finish pretty soon. I don't think this game will keep us trucking much longer. Like I said in the previous episode, if we're really unlucky, like 4 or 5 more episodes, but if we stay on our grind, it should be over in the next 2 or 3, I think. The final couple fights are basically gimmies after you get through the championship series, once you get to go to the Kumite. Woo-chow! Did you talk about the Kumite? If you don't know what the Kumite is, essentially it's a fictional... It's from a bunch of movies and books and stuff like that. The Kumite is a fictional fight club that exists where all the global champions meet up and they fight to the death. All the greatest martial artists throughout all the countries and all the lands will meet up and fight to the death. It's a secret club in that it's supposed to not exist, but it actually does. And, you know, it's one of those deplane type things where you got to go to a random, like, Caribbean island or something like that. And you live in luxury for a couple of weeks while you get ready for your last couple death battles. Obviously doesn't actually exist in real life, at least not on a professional level, because people that are earning millions of dollars fighting each other, being professional badasses, don't really want to put that all on the line. The point is to live in luxury, not to get luxury and then die shortly thereafter. That sort of ruins the point. We're up to 24 agility right now. Like, we are in there and we are getting it. It has been a hell of a training day for us. I don't think we're going to have too many more problems solidifying our victory against Kind. I think he's going to struggle a lot with hitting us. I think he's going to have some trouble because I think he only has like 11 agility or something like that. And so as a final opponent, he's actually not nearly as bad as Ryo is. Ryo is a little bit gnarlier. He also likes dancing in the sand, which I cannot condone. That's a great way to step on a piece of glass. Or, at the worst case scenario, I used to camp in sand all the time. I go to the beach and camp with my friends. And the worst thing ever is when you get like a sand particle in your eye. Like, you wake up in the morning and there's just like a little hunk of sand in your eye socket and you're just like, ah! This is so irritating and I hate it. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. But there's no way to cure it. It's just in there. In there for the win. So what we would want to do right now is I'm trying to get this 24 solidified. Once the 24 is solidified, we're going to party out an entire day and see if we can get the Kind fight done. Because I think the game has run its course. I think I'm about ready to win. And this is actually like the 3rd or the 4th time I've beaten the game. I've beaten it a bunch of times now. And so I don't think I've burned it out. Like, I still find the game to be enjoyable. But I would love to see like more DLC that would kind of round out the gameplay a little bit better. Maybe make it a tiny bit more controllable. I'll probably just drink that coffee now, too. So, there it is. If he didn't have the shits before, we just ate a whole turkey, a whole lamb chop, and then an entire pot of coffee. So, if he's not flying around like booty hole Iron Man in the next hour or two, I'd be really, really, really surprised. That'd be a pretty amazing ability if you could just propel yourself with shit. Just like, and just like fly through the air. I know people have probably already made this joke and already gone down this line. I'm willing to bet there's probably like 10 web cartoons about it right now. Just flying around like Iron Man using your booty. But still... it felt like it needed to be mentioned in the middle of the episode. We won't be filming any more movies, I don't think. We've got plenty of cash. Things are looking really, really good for our character, so I don't think there's many more things that I got to focus on. That should be recharged, but whether or not we're able to get it to the point where it outruns the stat loss will remain to be seen for the end of the day. This playthrough actually took me quite a bit longer than my last two. My last couple playthroughs, I think, rounded up somewhere around day 150. This one... taking a bit longer because I think it took me a while to make the decision that I wanted to change up my strategy and do things a little bit differently coming in. Yeah, I don't know if we'll keep the 24. Oh, we kept the 24. So there it is. We got another $200. We should be able to live off of that for a bit. I'm going to finish that right there. And I need to get this up and high enough. I don't really think I want to go higher than 24. I think we'll probably stick it out from here. And we'll just take what we have. I just got to get the bar filled up to the extent that we can party for a couple of days without losing our point. And then I'll also agility pot up before we go into the fight because drugs are bad, okay? But drugs do also help us win a fight. When it comes down to the other guy being in a hospital bed or you coming in a hospital bed, I don't think that there's really a whole lot of leeway with that decision making. I don't know, when it splits, when it junctions right there. I just don't want to end up in the hospital, and so if I can make sure the other poor bastard ends up in the hospital, that sounds way better to me. Let's party for a bit. I think we're at the party twice. What are we getting, 375 out of there? Yeah, so we got to party twice before we'll actually be able to finish this off in a manner that is suitable. In addition, we're also a little bit low on energy, so I'll probably go over to the gym real quick. Stop on in. Silver, don't worry about me. I just want your energy drink machine. I don't care about all the other stuff. Just the energy drinks are all that I want. Perfect. When you got money, honey. Jump rope for a little bit. Make sure that 24 gets nice and beefcaked out. Although I actually don't think jumping rope helps that much. We also need to get that strength back up to 3. I didn't realize we lost our strength there. Some people have mentioned, they've said that it's better to train in the gym because you've got access to everything here. I did want to bring that up. Normally I would say that that assertion is correct. It's always quicker to train in the gym if you're doing a strength or a stamina build. But if you're doing an agility build, we have way more specialized equipment in our basement to do agility. And so we have the speed bag here, but then there's no other agility equipment here. Everything else is a hybrid. Whereas when we go to our basement, we've got this, we've got the pull-up bar, and we've got the jump rope, which means we've got everything the gym has for an agility build, plus a jump rope, plus a pull-up bar. If you're doing like a multi-stat build, then yeah, this place can be pretty useful, but not in our current situation. Not in our current situation. In addition, I think there might be some differentiation in between the speed bag here and the speed bag you have in your garage. I feel like this one fills up points slower, and I could be wrong. Maybe it's just a perceptual bias, but it feels that way to me. Feels that way to me. Trying to go all in on Kine once we finally get to show down with him. Let's get that all taken care of right there. Yes, yes, yes. Come on. Set it on home. Perfect. And now we go back to our house. We got a little bit of time left to party, so that's exactly what we're going to do. We should be able to finish off this partying session without too many problems. And so there it is, another party accomplished. That should generate almost enough fame to get us where we want to be, but not quite. I don't know any situation where, unless you were purposefully trying to extend the gameplay out, I don't understand why you would sink 1,500 fame into this. It basically resets you back to scratch, and it just takes a while to grind, so I don't know why you would mess with it. I guess there might be some logic by which you would do it, just if you wanted the game to last another 8 or 9 hours. But not me. Not me. There we go. I don't want to go outside for a while. I kind of just want to stay in my house. We'll train for a little bit. I think we might be able to bring up... Let's do the pull-ups real fast. We're not going to be able to push this to a 25, but what I was saying is we might be able to get the fame just on the daily by sitting here and doing our jam and waiting for it. It's weird that we don't have a trainer. Like Don King just sits upstairs and reads a magazine the entire time. He doesn't actively work with us as a performer. Because at the end of the day, whether you're fighting or telling jokes or in movies, it's all just for entertainment anyways. You're always a hop and a skip a jump away from being obsolete. That's just the way the business works. I worry about that sometimes, like what the hell I'm going to do after YouTube's over. Because I would like this to go for as long as possible, and believe me when I say I'm going to milk it for as long as I can. But eventually someday I know this whole internet, like, random YouTube video fad thing is going to fall apart. And I don't know what I'm going to do after this. Probably nothing. Probably just nothing. I'll probably just clock out at that point or something. I don't know. Sleep a lot for a living. Get that well-deserved rest that I've been missing out on since I started doing this. This job becomes rapidly... Careful what you wish for when it comes to YouTube. This job becomes a lot more than you ever expected. Like, I used to be like, oh, I just play video games all day. And that's what I do, but as your channel gets larger and larger, there starts to be these weird strings attached to everything that you do. You gotta start, like, paying attention better. Oh, good, he refilled the fridge. I'll probably give that its own time then. I think we're up high enough right now to where we can push... I think I'll probably just train through. I mean, 3 more days anyways, and we've got the fight just by default, so why trip about it? Jump rope for a little bit. Take the edge off right there. I guess I could party again. It just seems like the excess fame is going to go to waste, and that makes me sad, because I don't like wasting resources. Makes me all bummed it out. Jumping a bit more rope like we're a 6-year-old girl on the playground. Get that footwork going. And we'll mash out these right here. I strongly doubt. I don't know actually what the max you can push a stat up to is. If I was a little bit more bored and had a little bit less to do, I'd say just go for it and see how high you can push this shit up. I haven't been paying attention to what our gains are every day and what our losses are, so I think your losses go up pretty considerably per point. I mean, you might be able to mash this one out to 25, but it seems like it would take a long-ass time. And for what gain? I don't know if there's diminishing returns on stats once you get to a certain point. Let's work on that stamina a little bit more. Get that back up to an 8, because we are going to be sinking shots in this next fight. Perfect. Still not understanding why pull-ups give you agility. That's kind of a weird association. I figured when I saw the pull-up bar, I thought it would be like push-ups. It would give you all 3 stats, and then it would just do it in equal measure. It'd be like one of those multi-training tools that you have going on. However, the push-ups, I don't know. The push-ups are kind of useful if you're doing strength builds. I did push-ups occasionally when I was doing my strength build, just if I ran out of, like, if I didn't want to do that and I'd already hit the tire for the day. Oh, yeah, we could pretty easily push that on up to 25 if we wanted to and just focused on it for a bit. I want to keep that 8, though, right there. Doesn't matter what I keep it to, because it's always going to fall back down below 8 anyways, so why worry about it? Now would be the time to party. So let's party hard. I got plenty of money to throw out, so it's not even really that big of a concern. Alright, we're all partied out real fast. We ran out of, or I'm sorry, we're all partied out for right now. Ran out of energy, and then we also ran out of food. I'll probably just throw that down my throat. And then we'll get up in here, and we should be able to finish our party sesh before anything else goes wrong. Which should leave us more or less lined up to go to the gym. We'll buy some drugs. And then, it's going to be time to mess around with Kine. So let's do it. Our current place in the league is number 2. I don't know how this fight's going to go. I don't remember fighting Kine too well. It looks like he does some reflection and some other little stuff. My guess, though, is that almost everything he has is going to take a lot of energy. I don't know if we want to go all in on him. It seems a little risky. We do, however, want to reflect his damage back on him if we can. And then we're going to drop that. And we want our strikes to ignore his stamina, because he's got a bunch of stamina. So that will ostensibly drop him back down to... It'll probably drop him down to 11 or 10 stamina when we hit him, which is actually manageable. But where he's at right now, we're not going to be able to scratch this guy. Let's go! There is the real possibility that we could lose pretty spectacularly here if we can't stay out of the way of his hits. Yeah, I was going to say, we're eating feet right now like crazy. And I don't think I want to do that. 46 damage down. He's going to regenerate a little bit. No reflective damage right there, which is a tiny bit concerning. 49 out right there. It looks like we are definitely winning the race. And the bonus that we got on top of that... Actually, if I drop that... Mimic techniques might work better. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But we're winning the stamina battle, which I didn't expect to against a stamina-specific character. If we can just keep him kind of tuckered out and not eat hits, we should be able to ride this one out pretty easily to the end. There we go. And we should be able to get a couple little love thumps off right there. 60 damage from the reflect technique. Come on. If we get a round 2 knockout, I'd be really proud of myself. Man, get in there. He's got enough stamina to knock us out right now. If he lands multiple blows in a row, if he gets a combo off on us, he could definitely knock us out. But I think we're going to get it. And so down he goes. The final competitor in the professional league, $5,000 our payoff, which is not nearly enough money. Not nearly enough money for a title fight. You are now the official world champion. Ah, success! We got to celebrate! Certainly, Din, but honestly, this was all for one purpose. Now I need to visit Mick. Congratulations, we only need to wait for the invitation now. I am prepared to fight the man in black. You've come so far. It's a little sad that I can't be with my family for this important moment. At least I can visit the house where I spent my childhood. You've proven yourself a great warrior. Are you ready for the final challenge? I bring you the invitation. I accept. It's like modern times, but we're jumping on like an ancient Chinese feudal like sailboat. Like, what? Welcome to my island. You're here to prove who is the best fighter. There can be only one. And it will be me. I'm ready to prove you wrong. And let the fight begin. We gotta fight our brother. Also, maybe Sub-Zero. Oh, he's not too bad. He should be manageable. I'll run the same thing versus him that I ran on Kine. It'll make our life a little bit easier. Come on, throw those feet. Get in there, buddy. There you go. That's what I like to see. Let him combo on himself. You ain't got nothing to worry about now. Yeah, I think we're reflecting damage because he hit us for, ooh, at 35. All right, then. All right, then. We're pretty much winning, so I think we can run the same build. It should be all right. I'm a little bit worried about sinking too many thumps, but... Woo! I don't know what happens if you lose this fight. Let's go ahead and I'm going to rotate that back out. No. I'm going to rotate out Mimic Techniques. We need a dodge skill in there, otherwise we aren't going to make it. And then we'll stay on this one right here, maybe. I don't know if it's better to go with Mimic Techniques or not. Probably should have got that 5th slot. Oh well. Either way, he is handily winning the stamina battle right now. And so I need to hang back and just kind of stay off it. Oh, there it is, the knockout! You are exactly as I imagined, a true champion. All of this doesn't matter. You killed our father, and now it's time for revenge. Revenge. Let me tell you a story. There were 2 little brothers, and their father loved them very much. So he gave them 2 parts of a mighty medallion. The 2 parts of the medallion started to work very differently. One of them was becoming corrupted. But nobody noticed. At first, the 2 brothers were equally powerful. Time passed by, and one brother became stronger. He started to lose all kindness in his heart. That same night, he lost the last bit of his humanity. He killed his brother and took the other part of the medallion. He had the entire city at his feet, and he destroyed it. His father and his father's friends stood together to stop him. After a furious fight, they won. But he lost everything, his sons, his friends, and his city. He only had the medallion. He decided to destroy it in order to fix everything. I know that you'll never listen to me. Death is the only choice you have. I am your father. And so there it is. That's the end of Lazy Bear's Punch Club. My name is Splattercat. I like this game very, very much. I enjoyed it. It's one of the few games in the last year or two that I've beaten like 3 or 4 times in one sitting. I like it from the beginning to the end. I'm hoping they add some more builds or maybe some more DLC or something like that. Maybe keep it going for a while, but thank you for stopping on by. My name is Splattercat. It looks like there's going to be a sequel because it does say to be continued, so things to think about there. Thanks for joining me. It's always a pleasure and a privilege to hang out with all of you and play a game that I like and you like and we like together. I'll see you in future series here at the Nerd Castle. Bye, everybody.